Welcome back for those who are back, which are few of you now, which is okay. That's fine. Okay, other news, because it's so fun. We just have other news. There's always the comic book stuff and just other shit that we throw in. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul have expressed that they are more than happy to make cameos in the new series Better Call Saul. Explain to me.
Yeah, I don't understand the booing. You were booing about this earlier. I don't explain.
Tell us why you're not Better Call Saul. Why?
Explain to me why I should dislike you.
I mean, Breaking Bad is phenomenal, and I just think like the story has been told, and it's kind of just undermining and diluting everything. I think Saul was so perfect in Breaking Bad. He was kind of just a supporting character the entire time, and just anytime he popped up, it was always really interesting and really important to the story.
Right.
So I think it just kind of dilutes his overall role, and like Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul went out so well in Breaking Bad.
Sure.
Now they're just going to come back again, and it's just...
Well, it is going to be a comedy. It's going to be different. I think the tone of the show is going to... I'm hoping the tone of the show will be very different. I think what they're going to try to do with it will be very different. Whether they are successful or not with it, that is a big question. I see where you're coming from on that.
I just feel like they're milking it.
They are. Well, that is a possibility. That is a strong possibility. But I don't know if... Okay, that's not true. They probably would have bought anything from Gilligan at that moment in time. But it's so weird to say the name Gilligan without it referring to an island. This is how the world evolves. Yeah,
he's now the Gilligan in your heart.
Yeah, to some extent, yeah. It's just one of those because it's like when I first saw it, like it's got to be pronounced like Gilan or something, like it's got to have some weird pronunciation to it because it can't be Gilligan because we've already defined who Gilligan is in our world. Not anymore. I'm old. So you're against it.
I'm pessimistically optimistic.
And what about what about and now here's the thing. This comes out. Has it been greenlit yet? This is the thing I still don't understand.
I'm
because Odenkirk's also been cast in Fargo, another TV series for FX.
I don't know. I mean, this.
Yeah, what do you guys think about it? Are you happy about it? You guys seem so happy about it.
So this plays into my whole theory about everything that's wrong with TV right now. So I will do this short because we've heard this before, and I think I've explained this on the show. The way TV is made is very difficult to have series that end.
Yes.
So something becomes successful, and I always use Lost as the example. Lost was planned to be, I think, 4 seasons.
Crap Under the Dome is like the latest example of this, where it was supposed to be a strict mini series.
But let's look at a show that was actually good in the beginning, and then dipped because of this problem. So Lost was great that first season, amazing, one of the best first seasons of a TV show probably ever.
Yeah.
And then ABC's like, this show's doing great. Everyone wants to watch it. Let's go from 4 seasons to 8. And the writers are like, but we have an ending. At least that's what they said.
All right.
We have our stories figured out, and we have all the plot points. It's going to be a lot of filler if we have to go to 8 seasons. And the executives are like, great, do it. And then you get Nikki and Paula, that shitty diamond heist storyline that no one cares about. So, and then they decide, okay, the show's doing poor, let's go back and cut it down to 6 seasons. And they went to like 7. As a writer, you cannot write a series that way. It's impossible. You can't have like a mystery, something that has like a defined ending, right? You could do that with CSIs, you could do that, but like shows like Lost, shows like Fringe, shows like Dollhouse, shows like, those shows that you have.
You said Fringe, right?
Fringe.
Okay, I thought you said Friends. I'm like, Friends?
Fringe. It's hard to have this story that kind of gets bigger and smaller with keeping the story and the things that happen exciting.
Right.
So I've said for years that I'd love someone to give J.J. Abrams or Joss Whedon or someone that we like, Vince Gilligan, a pile of money. They back up a fucking dump truck to their house and go, here's X amount of money. We want 70 episodes. Create a story. Create a universe.
Right.
And when it's done, it's done. Right. We're doing 70. Doesn't matter if it's not successful. We're going to cancel it.
Right.
But it's successful.
It's like the telenovelas in Mexico and stuff like that.
And then
there are 140 episodes or whatever they're at, and it's like boom, that's their story.
I hope that this is a new kind of era where they let creators finish a series, and then if they really want more, they could go back and kind of dig back in, expand out the universe, have those other stories. And something like Breaking Bad had such a rich universe, even though it's really built in our universe.
Sure.
It wasn't like a high fantasy or something. I think this is an interesting way to do it instead of AMC trying to, like I said, do 17 seasons of Breaking Bad.
Well,
Like,
but the paradigm, we're seeing a major paradigm shift, though, as far as I've been using that word a lot recently just because I like to say paradigm. But this massive shift in the way television is being produced right now, Sleepy Hollow, which is doing great, it has its full season. It's only 13 episodes, and it will end just in time for there to be maybe a week break or no break, and then the following starts up with its season 2.
That was a great
yeah,
season
it's a
one.
horrible show.
I like
horrible show, which has its second season. So it's like everybody's starting to do this. The 13 episode shift is already moving in instead of it being 22. So don't worry about filler as much. You can actually have your plot based out, which is something they've lifted from cable television.
Right.
And this I'd heard, and I don't know. Sorry, what was the gangster show?
Mob City.
Mob City, which is what's the layout on that?
Yeah, it's going to be 6 episodes only for season 1, and they're airing 2 at a time for 3 weeks. So it's a 3-week thing.
So it's stuff like that's kind of cool. They're out there, they're testing the grounds with these things. A lot of it, I think, is due to streaming. Is because of Netflix and things like that. They can stream these things, so they're continually making ancillary cash off the suckers.
Well, it also means you get better actors, you get better directors,
Yeah.
you get better talent because you're not going to take an actor that can make
10 months of their year.
That could make 50 million, or not, 25 million on a movie for 10 weeks, or be like, well, I'm going to spend 9 months on a series.
Right.
Like they could spend a couple months on a series, still do the acting, still have time to that's why TV seasons are so weird. There's so much weird, just ingrained Hollywood bullshit of here's when things film because actors want to do movies at this time and then do series.
And even the fall season seems to have fallen to the wayside. There's been a lot fewer shows I felt like this fall season than before that have debuted. And it's still kind of the classic. This fall, this is what's coming out, but it's like springtime. January, you've got new stuff coming out. There's always that that new show that's debuting, and they're always trying to keep stuff rolling and keep you tuned in.
Thank you for the TVR, right?
Yeah.
That just means you don't have to do this weird destination TV,
right?
And that everything has to appear in the fall,
right? Except for
I feel like there's always something now. It's just never-ending shows.
As soon as something ends, it's like HBO, something will end on HBO. Oh, well, now I can jump over to TNT because this is on. Or I can.
Well, that's nice with HBO though,
TNT.
right? HBO only has 2, maybe 3 series running at a time.
Yeah.
And
of dubbed
as one's finishing, they're promoing the next one.
Yep.
So you just keep okay, Sunday nights is HBO night. Yep. And that's whenever, and they have two episodes of something every Sunday. Right. It's great. There's no fall, spring, it's just whatever.
It's my favorite time of the year right now with the Walking Homeland Empire. It's those 3 shows complement each other so well. And I remember
really
last
quick,
year.
by the way, $16 million for Walking Dead debut.
Crazy.
That's insane. That's nuts.
It's crazy.
I think it's Netflix. Just like Gilligan was saying about Breaking Bad and the ratings just going up.
Everybody
so
wanted
huge.
to see the finale of that one. Everybody wants to see the opening. So we'll see this huge drop until the end of the season or something like that. Anyways, so that was that one.
Speaking of things that didn't drop.
Yes.
I was gonna let you transition into Gravity.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I just like transitioning.
You like transitioning?
I really like transitions.
Oh, I thought you were gonna roll with that one. Okay.
No, I just kind of like. You're hosting here. I'm just the transition guy.
But I'm doing such a shitty job. Gravity. I was actually gonna skip that and just move on to the Grand Budapest Hotel.
But you love Gravity.
I do enjoy Gravity quite a bit.
Do your story.
Gravity dropped 20% from week 1 to week 2 theatrically, which is an unheard of number. On average, movies usually drop between 50-60% on the really low ones. On the high end, 40, maybe 30. You rarely see anything that drops 35.
Has it ever risen?
Yes, it has. How to Train Your Dragon.
Wow.
How to Train Your Dragon opened at number 2, I believe, and then over the next couple of weeks, it actually rose to number 1. There have been a few films like that'll kind of start creeping up. I think Napoleon Dynamite was like that.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
The worst
I hate you.
Wow.
Yes, My Big Fat Greek Wedding did it. But yeah, How to Train Your Dragon was the last one that I remembered that was actually it went out there. It debuted at number 2, maybe even number 3. I can't remember for sure. But then crept up to number 1, I think, the next week, and stayed there for a couple weeks, if I remember as well. Cool. Because it's a great movie.
So the moral of the story is go see it because it's awesome.
Go see Gravity because it's awesome.
And prove to the studios that awesome movies are awesome to make.
Yes. And what should happen is, and with Gravity, gonna splay my theory out here really quick on Gravity. I don't know if I said this before. Gravity. Don't put it out on home video. Don't destroy the fun of it. The magic of it. That stuff. And how you're enveloped into the film. Don't destroy that for us by putting it on video. Instead, just release it for 2 weeks every year on IMAX. So then people will go and check it out.
Best idea I've ever heard.
And you're gonna make you'll make $10 to $20 million off of it yearly for years to come, because it'll be an experience. It'll be something for people to enjoy. And then if something horrible happens to one of the stars relatively soon, then all of a sudden you've got that going for you. But that's just sick. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. I don't know. I'm just totally going with it.
Wow. I know there's so much hate on Avatar, but it's the exact same thing. It's like
it is. Yeah, they should not. You're right.
Avatar is an IMAX 3D movie.
Yeah, they should not have screwed it up.
Anyone who didn't see it in IMAX 3D usually talks mad crap on it because they're like, "Oh, the story's horrible."
Yeah,
it's like I only want to watch that movie in the IMAX.
It's tough to watch. It's tough to watch on television. It is very tough to watch on television.
It's like watching Captain EO on YouTube. It's just not the same experience as
watching
seeing it at Disneyland.
Watching a lot of things on YouTube is really, unless it's a cat farting or something like that, it's not. It's a funny cat video. So Gravity. Keep going. Because 12 Years a Slave opens this week, and it's only in limited release, and that's not going to be a happy film. That'll put everybody in a good holiday mood. Gravity. If you have not seen it yet, even though apparently a lot of America has, keep going back. Make sure give them their money, because Sandra Bullock needs to get paid.
Clooney only has 2 houses.
That's right.
On the lakes in Italy.
And on Lake Como, yeah. And he needs the golf course. He doesn't play golf. I don't know that either. Trailers. Let's move on to trailers. We're gonna do one trailer this week, really quick. If you haven't seen the new Hercules trailer with what's the actor's name?
Kellen
Lutz. Thank you. And directed by Rennie Harlan. Oh.
It's Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat, the man who gave us Cutthroat Island.
You don't watch this, but if you do, it just feels like 300 meets Gladiator.
It feels like it should be on History Channel or something.
I was going to say on the Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
at some point, there should be like a Sharktopus that comes out and eats him.
I'd see that.
Like,
I would totally watch
Hercules
that.
fights the Sharktopus.
I don't think this has anything to do with the legend of Hercules, the myth of Hercules whatsoever. They're just using the name because it's in public domain, so they can.
Because there's already another Hercules movie
coming
out.
There's always this Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Exactly.
There's always those 2 similar movies.
Yes, this is the
Dante's
Peak and Volcano. Yes. So this is the Dante's Peak.
What happened
to the volcano? I don't know which of those. Both suck.
How Hollywood works is someone pitches a Hercules movie and they sell it around, and a bunch of studios pass on it and they're like, that sounds dumb. No one wants to make a Hercules movie. And then a studio decides to make a Hercules movie. And the guy that passed on the Hercules movie, the other studio, freaks out and goes, oh my God, if that Hercules movie makes a lot of money, I'm going to lose my job. We better make a really shitty Hercules movie.
Get me
anyone. And he just picks up a phone and calls, because that's how these movies, it always happens this way, where someone passes on something and then they have like this weird regret, and it's like, no, you were right the first time. You were totally right. Just go with it.
Trust your Herculean gut.
I mean, at least the Rock one looks he looks like
Brett Ratner,
Hercules.
Right? I hate to say Brett Ratner, Rennie Harlan. That's such a weird. I definitely choose this director.
And The Rock is just awesome.
Yeah,
I can't wait for Uwe Boll's Hercules should come out, and we could do a movie marathon.
The Trials of Hercules by Uwe Boll. I wouldn't watch that one either.
Nope.
Actually, I'm not going to see any of them. Anyways, the trailer looks like a piece of shit, so check it out. Finally, though, something good to talk about. Wes Anderson, the poster was released, and today the trailer was released for the Grand Budapest Hotel, which is what you're seeing a couple seconds of on your screen right now. Okay. Excited?
Every actor known to man. Every actor that's ever been in a Wes Anderson.
Here's the cast. So joining him for the first time is Ralph Fiennes, who looks fantastic.
Amazing.
F. Murray Abraham, Matthew Amalric. Adrian Brody, Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel,
Tatted, like
taking
totally
like a page out
tatted,
of,
like up. I
Cape
love
Fear or
that.
something like that. Yeah, Jude Law, Bill Murray, of course, Edward Norton, Saoirse Ronan, Jason Schwartzman, of course, Tilda Swinton, Tom Wilkinson, and Owen Wilson, of course. Although I'm trying to think of the last film that Owen Wilson did with him. Was he in? I can't remember. Was he in Moonrise Kingdom?
No.
Did he do a voice of Mr. Fox?
Probably.
I'm 90% sure. Yeah.
Okay. So it's been a couple films. Well, I mean, they start off. They actually Wes and Owen, Anderson and Wilson directed and wrote their first two films together: Bottle Rocket and three films because they also did Royal Tenenbaums together, and Rushmore. Anyways, thoughts? What do you think?
Every single one of these cast members can headline their own movie,
Yeah.
which is so insane to me.
It's the first time in a while that I've actually laughed at a trailer.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually a really good
Yeah.
trailer. I feel like it maybe explains a little bit too much of the movie, shows a tiny bit too much.
It's the first time he's kind of done a
Trailer.
I wouldn't call it a thrill. Like it's kind of not a thriller, but kind of like a murder mystery
Yeah.
thriller
Yeah.
thing.
But it feels more like a trailer from him than he's done in the past. Like,
Past,
usually
right,
his
right,
stuff,
right.
it's like he'll release a scene,
Sure.
or it's like, this feels like it's very, like, maybe more
Elaborate,
of his,
right.
like, Hollywood push.
Right.
Like, wants to go a little bit bigger. This is gonna,
It feels
this,
it. I mean, it
this
feels
trailer. Yeah, the trailer goes. I like it. This one just feels like it's a bigger step for him.
Right.
And maybe it's because the trailer was so traditional.
Sure.
And to see anything from Wes Anderson that feels traditional is weird.
Right,
But I
right,
do
yeah.
want to see this movie. Like, it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's different for him.
Right.
And he's king. I guess if it's different for him, then it means it's actually Wes Anderson because everything he does is different.
Different,
So
It looks so
scratch
fun,
everything
but
I just
Yeah.
said in the last 30 seconds. I was
Take
wrong.
it all back. We'll cut it.
It looks
out.
so fun, but there's also this hint of darkness to it.
Yeah.
Like you said, Harvey Keitel all tatted up.
Yeah,
and,
it's
like,
got
people dying.
It's
Cops coming.
you've got stuff in the hotel. You've got there's stuff taking place in a prison. There's stuff taking place
train.
on the train. There's stuff taking place. I mean, and then so you've got the murder mystery that Ralph Fiennes, who looks fantastic in the movie. I mean, his every line of dialogue he delivers is just beautifully timed. The running away moment
Yep.
with the cops is just hysterical. Anyways, so you've got that whole murder mystery thing taking on, but then it looks like you've got and is the kid's name isn't listed on here? I'm guessing no.
Lobby boy.
Yeah,
Lobby
Lobby
Boy.
Boy.
Introducing Lobby Boy.
No, I don't believe so. No. He's not here. Anyways, Lobby Boy and Saoirse Ronan have there's a little romance there, the kind of classic, young love thing that Wes Anderson
And
does
she was
so
the one
well.
we were talking about last week.
Yes.
That's going out for
Yep.
Invisible Woman.
Yes,
Right.
yes, and then she also auditioned recently. Didn't she also
For
Star
Star
Wars?
Wars, so-
She's all over the map.
Yep.
Yeah. So you better learn how to pronounce her name properly, Santo. Saoirse Ronan, right?
Saoirse Ronan.
Okay.
I
Yep.
concur.
I've said it like 7 different ways today.
Great.
So.
All right. So good. That makes me feel comfortable then. And that looks like that's about so yeah, Grand Budapest Hotel coming out in March of next year, if I remember correctly.
believe
so
so.
yeah, so keep your eyes open for that. Check out the poster. Poster's really pretty as well. There's also a new Wes Anderson book that has just come out by Matt Zoller Zeiss. That covers Wes Anderson's career up until now. There are 2 videos for the first two chapters on Vimeo right now. So if you look up Wes Anderson Vimeo book, something like that, you'll track it down. They're 2 12-minute pieces, really worth watching and
Nice.
kind of learning where Wes Anderson came from and understanding his career so far and stuff like
Cool.
that. It's fantastic. And the book is on bookshelves. Not sponsoring this show, just hoping maybe somebody will send me one. Next week, we are doing our Halloween special. So if you have any other films any horror films, stuff like that you want us to watch, tweet us at one of the addresses below to make sure it gets on the list. We're going to watch some, discuss some, get into horror in general. And that is all for this week, folks. So on behalf of... Oh, yeah, you have something.
No, I was just saying I'll be gone next week.
Oh, right. Jeremy will be
So
on next
I need
week.
movie recommendations again. So send them to me. 'Cause
Right,
I'll be in Frankfurt. If anyone's in Germany next week and wants to hang out, send me a tweet.
Yeah, I
I'll
really
be there
want-
with Daniel Kaiser.
I really
hanging
want
out
movie
in
recommendations.
Germany. Yeah, sure. Why not? I got a free day.
The Kaiser's going to be in Germany.
I got a free. It's Hoffman and Kaiser.
The best German cop show ever made. Hoffman and Kaiser.
Whoever makes a really good poster like on Photoshop for that, I'll give you something out of my
Wow,
office.
that would be pretty wicked. I don't know if I'd watch that. Now I'd give it a couple of episodes. Hoffman and Kaiser.
That would make it at least 3 episodes. As long as we got more episodes than Lucky 7 did, I'm in. Oh, and by the way,
Unlucky 2, as it's now known as.
one more thing.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the best new show of this season, so watch it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a fantastic sitcom. All right, folks, that is it on behalf of myself, Jeremy Hoffman, and Mike/Michael, the Huber. That's not what we call him.
Some people do.
I just call him Yo Boy.
All right. Hey, you guys have the rest of a good weekend. We'll talk to you next week. Adios.